Yo, Eric, we're over here on the paranormal hunt, and I headed over to this other building, and it's number 13. Or is this someone live? My God.
Welcome. Today's Monday. Today we're going to talk serious. This is Serious Talk Radio. We're going to talk community guidelines. I couldn't talk like that. Man, can you try to talk like that to your whole show? That'd drive me crazy. Guys, we're going to have basically two topics today, people in the chat. We're going to talk about the YouTube community guidelines, and then we'll go over some things about the cartoon. I don't want the whole show to be about the community guidelines because that's kind of touchy, dry. It's not always fun, because there's different ways to look at a community guideline. Okay, it's weird in one way because Google owns YouTube. It's their company. It's like when you go to high school, you go to school, you got to deal with their community guidelines, the school's guidelines. You don't have a choice. It's funded by the state, federal, whatever, college, there's guidelines. You go to work, there's guidelines. YouTube has guidelines. It's right or wrong. It's Google's company, and they can make any kind of guidelines that they want. I mean, technically, in a weird way, they own it. And it's weird talking about guidelines because there's two different stories. You can look at guidelines. If we were paying Google and YouTube to be on their channel to do videos, then you have a different kind of an argument. You have an argument, well, I'm not getting this, I'm getting that. But I have a little cheat sheet here that actually TubeBuddy makes, and let's look at their guidelines in a cheat sheet on, is it reasonable? Is it not reasonable? And then we got Ron and Anthony to give their opinions, because there's a lot of people who are in 2023 has been getting demonetized. I have gotten demonetized before. I have gotten strikes before. I have gotten copyrights. I have 2 previous channels before this that was shut down. So I've personally have been affected by the guidelines personally, but I don't quit. I keep going. That's what you do. You don't quit. You just keep going, because once you quit, who's ever behind it wins. But this is kind of a YouTube community guideline, your 5-minute cheat sheet. Okay, your YouTube community guidelines. What creators need to know. Repeated rule breaking has serious consequences, including the loss of your channel. That's the last thing you want, especially if it's generating any kind of revenue for you. YouTube will come down on you like a ton of bricks if you publish content that is, and we're going to go through that. Now, one thing, when people sign up for YouTube, I know we don't all redefine print. They could actually knock you off anytime they want. They don't have to go through a 3-strike system. They can say, you know what, I just don't like you. They don't usually do that because of they don't want to get bad publicity, but technically they can. So they give you the 3 strikes. But the problem we're all scared of is if they do want to get rid of you, I mean, you could pick apart almost anybody's video and find something that somewhere in it that will conflict with the community guidelines that could get you on. I mean, they can. I mean, just like if you're at work, there's a boss doesn't like an employee, they'll find a way to get rid of them. They'll look for an excuse to give a human resource. They'll find something, even how little it is. They'll find something. I mean, that's the thing that we're mostly afraid of. Here we go. Some of the things that they could get rid of you: abusive or incite hate or harassment. I mean, that part is reasonable. I mean, if they're talking about, like, if I'm just harassing another channel or putting somebody down, just just not having an educated kind of show. Just talking bad about people. I mean, we could give our opinions, but they're talking about like harassment, going below the belt type of harassment, not like giving your opinion like, I don't like how Joe Biden is doing. That's not harassment. Joe Biden and his family, if you say something like different, like threatening wise, that's harassment. So technically, that's not harassment. Sexually explicit and pornographic. You know what's weird about that? If you type in on YouTube, there is pornographic on the channel, and there is an over 18 button. But I have heard from people who do sex talk and does have 18 over, and they do get nailed for that. So that's kind of weird. Like, how are there some on there, but if somebody does that and put over 18 only, they get in trouble? So that one's kind of a weird one that I've heard. I don't do that kind of content, so I don't have to worry about that. Unless, well, I guess Anthony didn't Andy in the chat one time said he wanted to see pictures of me in the shower. I guess that could be. That's an image, right?
It's a scary image.
Spamming or criminal? Well, of course. If you're drugs selling or whatever, or spamming, I guess that's kind of a gray area. I guess like, are they talking about like spamming products on there without YouTube's permission? Ron, what do you think what they mean by spamming? Like, you think spamming other products without permission? Because there are certain things you got to get permission if you promote something on the channel.
Well, spamming is promoting unsolicited. Like it's people that, it's okay, you share something. Hey, here's my show. Here's my show. Here's my show. Here's my show. Like that. And also, that's basically what spamming is. Flooding with info about a topic, whatever it is, whether it's about promoting your channel, promoting a product, or anything. And that's why, if you think about it, with email, they have the Can't Spam Act. That's an actual law. And that's why you have to use a company to register people if you're going to send out emails and all that, because you can send out a certain amount a day before it gets considered spam. You have to have people's permission. And that's what the spamming is. It's not just email. It's unsolicited advertisement, no matter what it is.
Right.
Yeah. And here's something that I don't think a lot of people know. Another thing to note is that YouTube can still issue a strike against any content you delete. So please bear that in mind. So technically, if you have a video that you think they can hit you with, even though you delete it, they can actually still give you a strike for having it on there. Now, I don't know. I guess their system must know when you delete it. They must keep a record of it.
What happens is, first of all, they take snapshots of the server farms all the time and all that. They have that, and they have the backups of it. But it's not that you delete it and then, they're going to go look at what you deleted and go give you a strike. It's that they don't catch things right away. Okay. So if you put something up that's in violation that they didn't catch yet, and it ended up getting out there into the ether, and then you deleted it, that's what they mean, that they could still strike you because you actually committed the crime, then you just hide it by trying to delete it like that. So that's what that is.
They're ridiculous.
And I always thought that's kind of weird in a way, just because this is the reason why I thought that was kind of weird, because like when I got demonetized, Anthony's going through it, they ask you to clean up your channel. So they kind of ask you in a way.
They ask you to delete videos that they maybe delete 26. They requested that I should delete 26 videos from my channel. Any videos with reshared content, or any videos anybody gave me permission to use their clips in my videos. They made me
And in
remove.
theory, they can still strike you for that if you read that one part. If they
Did-
wanted to give you a strike. So it's kind of a weird deal. But now this is what happened. Like I just got over a strike. First strike. So if you get a strike, this is what happens to you. If your YouTube finds your content is not complying with this policy for a second time, you will receive a first strike. The strike means that you will bear from doing following things: uploading videos, live stream or stories. Usually for 7 days, you can't upload anything. You can't do live shows or anything for 7 days. You can't create custom thumbnails.
What?
But I think they're talking about creating custom thumbnails through them.
Just so you know, Eric, in the private chat, I did put the link from the YouTube.
Yeah, I have it up. I clicked on it.
What do they mean create custom thumbnails?
You can use YouTube to create thumbnails. They have a thing on there that you could do that. You can't use it. Nobody uses it because it's minor. Compare
Any community posts? What?
And custom thumbnails means uploading any thumbnails. You would have to use whatever the system captures. You know, if you upload a video, you know how it captures parts of your video and it suggests use this as a thumbnail? That's what it means. You'll be able to do that, but you won't be able to upload your own thumbnail.
And then this is weird. Show a trailer during your premieres, because doesn't YouTube says you want to when I'm going to do a premiere, I always ask, do you want to do a trailer for it? I swear that YouTube says that somewhere. And ask you if you want to cut. But here it says, show a trailer. Oh, during your premiere. I'm wondering if they're talking about movie trailers.
No, they're talking about a trailer for your premiere like that. You won't be able to do that. This is all stuff that you get, like they're saying, they're taken away from you if you get whatever, if you violate the terms.
And then send viewers from a live stream to a premiere. Then send viewers from a premiere to a live stream. Creating or editing playlist. Then and then of course you have the right to appeal, but if you win or lose the appeal, you have 90 days till the strike goes away. Okay, so and then if you get a second strike, within the same 90-day period as your first strike, you will not be allowed to post content for 2 weeks. And for no further issues, the channel will be back to normal within 2 weeks. Please be aware that the strike will not expire until 90 days from the time it was issued. Now, this part is kind of weird, guys, because a lot of times on a first strike, it's kind of weird. Your channel can still keep the monetization.
Mm-hmm.
But on the second strike, they usually take it away. But it's kind of weird if you really kind of think about it, because you think like Anthony didn't even get a strike. So why take away his monetization? You think a monetization will go away from a strike. But that's kind of weird how they judge that.
There's different kind of strikes too, though. You have copyright strikes and you have community guideline strikes. Those are actually worse community guideline violations than some of the copyright, unless you get multiple copyright, then you could end up losing your stuff. But that's the one difference, because I just got a strike that finally expired, but that was a copyright strike.
Yeah,
the
my
community
strike,
guidelines ones are harder.
Yeah, and the strike that I had was from a video I did 3 years ago. They called it medical misinformation. We were having the show talking about a certain blood type that some people believe that it has. I don't want to get into the words. I don't want them to think about magic. I don't know. There's some theories about it, but somehow, even though I appeal to say, hey, it was about the theories of it, about some people who believe that there's some magic into this, but it didn't matter. I lost because it's called medical misinformation. Now, sometimes an AI captures it, or now if 1 or 5 people like report, say they went to Anthony's channel, they reported a video. it has to be a certain amount of reports before a human will look at it. It's why people know that. So one report ain't going to get them to look at it. If they get like hundreds, I can't remember what the guy told me on the phone. There's a certain percentage of reporting that has to be done by a certain amount of people for a human to actually go on to look at it. Because they know that there's people that are going to report channels and videos just because they hate the person. Trust me, there's people.
That's why they did away with the down button
on purpose. That's why they got rid of the dislikes showing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why
because
they got rid of it.
People were ganging up on people and doing that.
Well,
and
they still have the thumbs up in the studio. You could see how many thumbs down you got.
Yes, nobody else. But the idea is it won't encourage people.
Yeah.
It still affects your account to thumbs down, but they just don't want to do it visible for the public because other people would do those campaigns and see, oh, look, 30 thumbs down. Let's get more. Let's put that up to 100. And so now they don't know if you got a thumbs down or not. So they kind of lay off it a little bit.
But I'm saying we could still see in our own studios.
Yeah. And it still affects you too.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
And now the third strike, now it becomes really serious. In the same 90 days period, is an automatic channel ban from YouTube. Your channel and all your videos will be permanently removed from YouTube.
Really? That's what they do to you?
Yeah, it's a 3-strike rule. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why, like, I'm connected with Rumble or something where automatically all the videos I do here automatically goes to these sites. So I always have a copy, even though this channel can get taken down.
Yep.
I could get my videos off another channel.
Yep.
Rumble does it, and there's another one that I use.
BitChute does it.
BitChute and there's
Odyssey does it.
Odyssey does it. Odyssey. So technically, you can watch the exact same videos I have here on Odyssey. It automatically goes over there, and it's always good to do that for backup.
And like I said, you know what's good about Rumble? Freedom of speech on Rumble.
Well,
and
to a point, but they'll all get that way because Anthony, everybody used to when they were getting banned from YouTube about in the last year or 2 years, everybody was going to DLive because they were letting everybody do everything. But then DLive got pressured because they're getting a lot more people because they thought they had freedom and a lot more pressure, and they started kicking people out. Yeah. So eventually, those other places, they'll start doing that. Now, one difference is I think it's Rumble that you can actually do a premium only show. And with that, I think you're allowed to have a little bit more legacy because you're paying for it. You have to pay to watch it. Kind of like if you watch TV, you can't see nudity unless you pay for HBO, and then you can see that nudity. So I think it's Rumble that you can pay for a premium service.
Hey, what's going to end up happening? YouTube's going to end up pissing a lot of people off. People are going to form a class action lawsuit and go after them because when you're monetized, your channel is now a business. You're using that channel as a business for everything.
But it's at will. It says it in the terms clearly.
It says in the terms.
I know that, but it's their terms are retarded, and we all know that.
I know, but they're binding. They're legally binding. So that's why nobody sues them like that. Some of them do, but they lose a lot to people because it's like it sucks, but it says it straight up that such and such and such. This is like an at will. You know, like you can leave anytime you want, and they could like fire you anytime they want. It's just, the
best what they got me for. Reshared content. If content is uploaded multiple times by multiple channels, you can get hit for reshared content. How the hell are you supposed to know how many times another channel shared a video elsewhere? If you want us to know that it's a heavy reshared content, put a little box next to it with how many times the content was reshared. So we can know these things.
Yeah, and then now that's a good point. Now, if you get into the world of Fair Act, Fair Act is supposed to allow you to use some of these content if you're talking about it, if you're using it for education rules, or you're doing a review on it. So there is a Fair Act. Now, this is the thing about Fair Act. This is the thing. I know about Fair Act, okay? Exactly, because fair act. The thing is about fair act. So if I use a video from Anthony, and I'm playing, and technically, if I played a video with Anthony, Anthony can actually send a YouTube thing to say, ask me to take it off or do whatever, because I didn't even get permission from him. But technically, under fair act, if I'm talking about it, I should be able to use it. But this is the thing, people. YouTube are not lawyers. They don't act as lawyers. They just bring it across saying, nope, he won't release it. Nope. And the only way I could force YouTube to let me show it, to keep it, is a judge. A judge is the only person that can say this follows under fair act. YouTube does not act like a judge. They just are the middle people between the person who's putting the claim in and the person trying to get the claim out. And it sucks. It sucks. Because under fair act, but this thing is, who has the money sometimes to go? If you had the money to go from a judge, that'd be great. But most people don't have the money. They know you're automatically gonna lose. Now, are there ways around it? Are there ways to check to see what videos are copyrighted? I know there's a thing that Ron and Anthony does to check, right? And Ron, you go into the filter and you check it. How do you check yours?
Yeah.
Because I do mine differently, and I want to show people how you do it. I want to show people how I do it.
Well, besides NASA stuff, I rarely share other videos. It's rare that I do. But what I'll do first is when I do a search on YouTube, hit filters, and I'll do my search. Once the search comes up, I'll click on filters and then look to the right and then click Creative Commons. Once I click Creative Commons, Creative Commons, for the most part, you can reuse it. It's not 100% that you can just use anything and play it for, if it's 20-minute video, that you could just play it for 20. No, it just doesn't work like that. But you're able to reuse Creative Commons content. But there's still rules to it, how you use it, But that's how I do it. I do it through filters, Creative Commons. There's not much, and it also doesn't hurt to read in the description of videos, because some people just say that this is copyrighted material, whatever, blah blah blah. Some want a shout out, some don't want you to use it. That's why I switched all mine to YouTube standard license, no more Creative Commons. But there's things you could do, and there's also you could contact the creator.
And I'm gonna actually show you guys on what I do. And guys, remember this. Whatever we show you, even though there's no copyright, it says there or something, it doesn't mean the person who owns that content can still put a claim on your video.
You're not allowed to
no matter
use
what.
anybody's content, even with permission anymore. Bottom line. I have the rules. They just sent it to me yesterday. You cannot use anybody's videos, even with their permission. Does not matter. It's their guideline now. I have it right here. I'll send it right to you. And WhatsApp.
Because this is what I did, and that has worked for me since I got my monetization back. And like I said, none of this is guaranteed to work. But let me just share people on what I do.
But you could use other people's stuff. It's just how you use it.
Yeah.
You have to
use it a certain way.
You have to use it a certain way. But if it's just
playing promotion of other people's content, even if you have permission, not allowed. Don't.
Well, this is what I do.
That's from your reuse stuff. You still got fair use when you're commentating and all that. That still all applies. That all does. Yeah. What they're saying is the reuses. If UFO Man says, "Hey, that show from 2 weeks ago, that 30 minutes, go ahead, you got permission. Don't worry, Anthony. You can play it. You play it." That's what they're talking about. You can't just go playing that like that.
Yeah.
It has to be commentary, all that. You have to change it up in a smaller window.
Everything up. That's right. That's how they wanted to do stuff. You have to take that person's voice completely off it, put your own commentary over it, put it in like a small TV. What is that called when you put it in the small TV?
Transformative.
You got to make it transformative.
Now,
thanks, Ron.
This is what I do. I have another account. This one's called World News. This is not different name, different. This is what I use to test videos. Like I wanted to show a clip from the Kiss Phantom the Menace, so I wanted to see what kind of copyrights are on it, or if there is any copyright. So this is what I do. So I click create to upload a video. So I'm going to drop a clip that Kiss meets the Phantom. Now this is like I said, this is what I do. This might be extreme, but it's worked for me for a long time. Okay. I go next. I go, no, it's not for kids, of course. And I go next. And then what I do is right here. It's checking for copyrights. As we speak, it's checking for copyright. So right here is where I don't go further. I don't put it on my channel yet until I know what kind of, if there is a copyright. And then it usually tells you where the content that's being copyrighted in, or what is it. So like right here, now it's done.
Yeah, but those are just initial checks, Eric.
Yeah, it still checks after. I've done that, past that a million times.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So what I do, I find videos I want to use during the week. I keep it up. I don't use it for like 24 hours to see if something comes in. 9 out of 10 times, it's fine. Once in a while, they'll come and say, claim they want the monetization money. I don't care because I don't have enough subscribers to make money. I don't really care that much. But by me doing this, it has worked for me so far. Now right here. So this one has a copyright. So that Phantom the Menace has a copyright, and it says see details. And it kind of cool is it tells you in here where it is. I know nobody can really see it. It says in the 52-second mark to 1 minute and 52, that's where the copyright is. And what's kind of cool about that sometimes is I'll put up a video. It might be only a 20-second part. I take it to my iMovie. I clip out the 20 seconds. I put it back on, recheck it. I'm allowed to use it. But they can still put in a claim later on. But usually it's no big deal. And what I also want to see here is one of the main things I like about this is it says it'll tell you the claim does not affect your channel. This is not a copyright. They just click the monetization. And if you don't care, they're allowing you. It'll tell you you're allowed to use it. They just going to click the monetization. And if it's not a big deal to you, I'll use it. Sometimes I will use it, and I'll put in a claim and ask them to release it. I tell them, hey guys, I'll use it. I'm using it to review it. And 8 out of 10 times, they'll let it go to me. Now, the one company that will not let go, the one company will not let anything go is Discovery. Hell no. Now, Discovery clips. Now, what I love about what I do there is sometimes it'll tell you if you play this, it will not be shown in the UK. It'll tell you what countries that this video cannot be shown in. So that little thing for me actually tells me a lot. Just, where's the content claim and all that. And then what I usually do is if I'm going to use it, I actually leave them a comment. I send them an email saying, hey, I love your stuff. I want to show this on my channel. And I let them know. I put it in the comments, and sometimes I'll have an email address in the studio. You can find it. And I just let them know that I'm going to use it. But if there's a copyright, usually if there's a copyright, I kind of just stay away from it automatically and find the ones that don't. And my rule of thumb is I look for videos 4 minutes and under. Because what happens is sometimes you play a long video, whoever owns the content thinks you're showing their content from TV or a movie, and they'll actually it happened to Anthony today. On his channel, we
tested it today.
They stopped it, and it doesn't matter if you're monetized or not. Nope. Doesn't matter at all.
Today, yeah.
Let me tell you, History Channel. There was a video I made on the space time with like a craft, how we could possibly travel at the speed of light, talking about the Pi stuff. So this little clip from History Channel, I got banged right away. It wasn't like a strike. It was just a claim saying, you got to mute this, delete that part or whatever. So then what I did was I looked, I had a bunch of little claims throughout that video. and when I shortened them down, for some reason, when I got them to 29 seconds, they cleared the copyright check. 30 seconds and above, nope, it would catch it every time.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't matter. They still come back, because once they get that claim, you have to remember, History Channel, whoever runs their channel, they see whatever the bot finds, and then they could manually go and follow that up and go check to see. And if they see stuff on yours, then that's the worst possible scenario, because then you'll get hit with a heart strike.
And then I want to show this. Now, I want to show it like example. This is my live shows, all the videos that I checked. Now, there was one video that told me I could use it. They get monetized. And let me show you. See this video I did with 11 things that happened to Ghost Adventures? Over here, this one, they get to monetize. But I knew that because when I read it, it says your video cannot be monetized. Everyone can see the video. The content ID does not affect your channel. So they said I could use it. It just, they're going to get the monetization. I thought it was an important piece to my show. I said, no problem. And I did try to ask them to release it, but this is owned by their channel. Dispute rejected because
you know what gets me though, Eric? How many times do you think people shared that video from Bobby Mackey's? That's like one of the most famous videos.
Probably a lot.
Thousands of times, right?
And right here, like this one is monetized between 55 for 3 minutes, and this one is monetized for 40 seconds. Now, I could delete those clips and get rid of it and get the monetization, but for me, I only made a 10 cents on it. I thought the content in it was more valuable than taking it out. So, but that's how I kind of work it, and it's all right. But there's no guarantees, anything. Like Ron said, you could use content free, and one time, people, I did a 24-hour Bigfoot marathon. One time, I used a 45-second clip from this guy doing his Bigfoot. Because I told everybody in the Bigfoot community that I'm doing a 24-hour Bigfoot for a 45-second thing. This guy had that video taken down. Now, now he said he'll release it to me. I talked to him. Oh, no problem, man. I know who you are. No problem. He never did anything. And then I did the claim, and he released it. But sometimes, they don't think. Some people don't just bring it down. But it doesn't mean you don't quit. I talked to him. He goes, I heard of you. I know you. And I go, I saw your comment. I saw you asked. I apologize. But, make sure you just keep emailing me. The thing is, they tell you to email them. A lot of times, no offense, these people get so many emails, they don't check your emails. So there's no guaranteed answer, but I try to put some things in place where
it feels like you're playing Russian roulette today on YouTube when you use content, even with permission. It's right now, everybody here that has a channel use somebody else's content at one point, either with permission or without. And now it's just a waiting game. If that AI robot from YouTube this year is going to come lurking around your channel and hit you, it could come out of left field. You won't even know it.
Yeah, I'm so used to it in a way. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to move on. I'll try to dispute it, either win or not. And then, you just got to move on, because if you let every single one bother you, it's.
Oh yeah, you got to keep rolling with the punches, man.
You got to keep rolling with the punches.
It is what it is, man.
Because when I got my monetization, mine happened during the sickness years, right? So after 30 days, and then half the people at Google was at home working because of what was going on. So I didn't get my monetization back until 15 months. But Anthony's luckier. We're past that sickness thing, but it took 15 months, even though they said 30 days. And the worst thing about it is they don't really tell you what, Anthony, unless they changed it. They never told me what video caused me to lose my monetization. They said one of my videos. At the time, I had like over 400 videos. How do I know which one it was? Now I got rid of a couple that I assumed.
That's what happened to me. we suggest you remove around 26 videos. Okay, which ones? Well, we can't tell you, but then you get finally I got an AI robot or whatever, somebody on YouTube chat that recommended X, Y, and Z, and I took them down. I took them
Wow, I
down.
didn't even get that.
And
You didn't
Griffin,
even
maybe
tell
you
me
don't
how
get the
many.
analogy, but yes, it is like Russian roulette, because when you play Russian roulette, there's one bullet in 5 chambers and you don't know when it's going to hit. That's the same thing with YouTube when they send the AI robot out. It can hit you at any time and you never know when it's coming. So if you're going to keep posting things up and using people's videos, you could get hit anytime.
Yep.
So that's the analogy if you didn't get it.
And guys, we're going to move over to the cartoon talk. I just thought this kind of important, tell people a little bit of the guidelines, all that. And at the end of the day, YouTube has that in their rights of us signing up for their platform. They can get rid of us for any reason they want. They don't even have to tell us. It's, I don't know what to say. Every year it seems like they're getting more pickier and pickier. And it's that gray area, what's considered crossing over or not. But let's talk about the cartoon. Now, anybody in the chat, if you guys seen the cartoon, you guys know that the band Kiss was in it. If you don't know the story about Kiss, that you guys know that in 1978, Kiss has a movie called Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. In some other countries, it was called something else. And I'm gonna show some pictures. Let me post some pictures of movies, because the movie's copyrighted. You guys saw that, so I can't show it because Kiss will claim put in claims, but it's called Phantom of the Park, and there's different.
How you even knew that this was a movie that they did blew my mind. I never even heard of this till you mentioned it.
It was a TV made movie. It was done by Hasbro, which they're a cartoon studio, and this was their first live action that they did. And when you watch it, you can see that it was their first live action. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, it's like one of those B movies that you just like because it's so silly. I mean, look, they're fighting robots here.
And it was terrible acting.
I know. I was just thinking that in my head.
Terrible acting. Yeah.
The laser. Now, when
it's like they went on the film set right after a concert. It was
yeah, high and everything.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, man, I loved it. I did. I loved it when I was a kid. Where's the evil guy? Is it? There's got to be a picture of the evil guy. Let me see. Is there a picture on the other screen? Deverell. Actually, his name is Deverell.
Deverell, yeah.
Maybe I'll type in or here, evil villain. Okay, evil villain. Oh, here he is. That's the evil villain, and that's the guy that's in the thumbnail. That's the guy who's in my cartoon. Now, anybody watch this movie, if you're lucky, the lucky ones. Now, I think on Facebook, you can actually find it, and you can watch the whole thing on Facebook. I think Jeff Harding from Pine Island Research showed us that.
Yep.
And now I actually own a copy of the movie, so I don't have to worry about it. Now, at the end of this movie, when Kiss and the band, they all found him, he's frozen. And it kind of ended that way. And broke my heart because I knew there's never going to be a sequel because the band was embarrassed of the movie. So I'm sitting there like, there's got to be a proper ending. Nobody's killed this guy. He's just frozen. So I thought to myself, I'm going to bring this character into the cartoon world where he's the mastermind, because this guy was trying to build robots and he was like stealing bodies to make robots because he wants to take over the park. Then later on, take over the world. So I used the Terminator stuff with Skynet that this guy wants to take over. So what I'm going to do is let me play the cartoon for you guys.
Hey, check this out real quick. One of my favorite memories. Me, my father, and son at the Kiss concert in the front row. See, my son's got his face painted when he was little. That was great.
That is
Great
awesome.
concert. Great concert.
And what I'll do is I'm not going to show the whole cartoon, but I'll show it to the point where it starts with Kiss. So let me go get it. Let me get it up. I'll probably get done with copyright from my own channel. You're showing someone else's content.
You're using content.
Did you give yourself permission?
Eric, Ron, and I give you permission. You can play the cartoon.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the part where we see Kiss.
You should just let the whole thing play.
Want to play it? I'll play it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's only 8 minutes.
Here we go. It was like watching Time Bandits, but for real.
At least we don't have to haunt ourselves like in Lupa.
It would be so cool to see how handsome my future self is.
I must go build a train into a time machine
He's probably using the name Clint Eastwood. Good luck on finding him.
and go find Marty, 1985, playing a cowboy.
I hope with all this time traveling, it doesn't screw up the space-time continuum.
Look, it's that nice maid who rented the camels from the desert.
I wonder what he's doing way out here.
Good to see you, buddy. What are you doing here?
I got my camels back from you guys, so I took a taxi job here in Transylvania.
I never traveled in a wagon before. This is bumpy.
I get to be the real Abraham Van Helsing.
Hold on tight, we're being chased by werewolves. I will try to outrun them. We're surrounded by these werewolves. They smell worse than camels. And now they are eating my horses. I am out of a job again.
Oh no! What are we going to do?
You're getting closer.
It's me, guys. I'll save you all. Don't panic. I'm almost there. Eat this.
We all thought you died in the cave.
No, I stole the time travel map from God and sold it to the dwarves. I'm not allowed in heaven.
Well, it is good to have the family back together for our greatest adventure.
I wonder what a Bigfoot looks like as a vampire.
That's easy, Barry. It looks just like Kanye West.
I never thought I would be walking in Count Dracula's house.
Yes, keep your eyes open. Vampires lived forever, so they have great artifacts.
I don't see any of them. How do we draw them out?
Leave that to me. I took pieces of the werewolf's body parts so the blood is fresh. It will do the trick.
Can I have that leg when you're done? I'm hungry.
You smell that fresh meat? I need fresh blood. Joe Biden blood is rotten.
Okay, this is holy water mixed with the Pope's blood.
How did you get the Pope's blood?
Let's destroy them. Then we can take over the world. Stupid fools. That stuff don't work on me.
I don't think that guy was a vampire. He's much stronger than them.
Team Dr. Devereaux woke up from being frozen in a catatonic state.
The Phantom of the Park has returned. That's bad news for us.
Time is not on our side.
Didn't the band Kiss defeated him back in 1978?
Yes, Kiss defeated him, but they have been on a retirement tour for the last 20 years, and now he's awakened and ready to download Skynet into the internet.
You mean the world become maximum overdrive?
Yes, all machines will be under Devereaux's control and use his Terminators to take over the world.
So once again, it will take all of us to stop him.
And once he has control, that's the end game for us. George Lucas sold us these speeder bikes that will get there faster. Remember, you never saw me.
We could pick up chicks with these bikes.
You know, women like men on bikes.
I wonder how much I can get for this on the black market.
Look, it's 2 robots behind us to shoot us down.
Aaron, remember the movie Return of the Jedi and Top Gun?
Yes, we hit the brakes and they fly right by us. And we'll shoot them down.
You have 5 seconds to turn around, or you will be destroyed.
Who says watching movies are a waste of time?
If it's good enough for Tom Cruise and Luke Skywalker, it's good enough for us. Hey guys, Deepro just told me that Kiss will return from rehearsing on their final tour, and they will help us defeat Devereaux once and for all.
All right, everywhere around the world we try to tell people there are no borders, there are no prime ministers, there are no presidents. There's only one nation, that's Kiss Nation. There's only one rock and roll national anthem, rock and roll all night, party every day.
Devereaux is awakening from being frozen, and we need to help stop him again.
We originally retired in the 2000s.
No gratitude need be voiced. Your mind speaks to us.
But the president ordered us to continue touring so we could destroy monsters during our tour.
If Devereaux connects Skynet to the internet, it's over for us. But together, we can stop him. Did you know that they really use Kiss blood to make comics?
Hell, are those ninja robots? Now I've seen everything.
Your music is the devil's music.
This is a walk in the park. Give them some love gun. God gave rock and roll to you.
After we defeat Devereaux, can we have backstage passes?
You wanted the best, and you got the best.
Those are nice guys. Gene's going to hook me up with a groupie.
I hope Gene's got a hot squatchette back there for me. I'm horny.
You guys really think you can stop me? It was me behind everything you guys been through.
We made it this far, and yes, we are your Huckleberry.
Take this.
Use the Holy Grail, Eric. That's
Move over. Let the Sasquatch take over.
You know, I was the one who hired the Viking ogre to cripple the Earth using your old missiles from the Ronald Reagan Star Wars plan, who brought back King Tut from the dead, gave the Mermaid Queen information about the Ark to wake up Zeus. You're no match for my Terminator army. Once the program is uploaded, Skynet will be active, and it's over. So go home. You're not gonna live.
Oh no! This might be it for us.
guys, it was an honor to be with my brothers.
Look, it's the unicorn.
I feel there is more to this unicorn than we think. I feel we have a guardian angel with us.
Eric, grandson of Zeus. Connor, son of Lucifer. Mr. Jones, son of Indiana Jones. Barry, son of Bigfoot of Bluff Creek. Alien, you're adopted.
Gabriel, we tried everything and none of our weapons and strength worked.
You're all brothers. The unicorn is your mother. So join with her as one, and together your love will end this war.
I think we should talk about this first, guys. I can make you all generals in my army.
No evil can stop a band of brothers. Your courage was power.
Somehow, I knew that my friends were more than friends.
This world and heaven is in debt to you all.
Just in time.
We defeated Devereaux and scored backstage passes from Kiss.
Remember, we need you. Hey, where are you going?
We got a Kiss concert to go to, so we will see you later.
I can't wait to take over hell.
Say hi to little Nikki for me. Say hi to little Nikki for me. We're muted.
I hope everybody enjoyed that. I think one person in here recognized some of the words. I think Buck Smedix is Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
Kid. So he recognized Maximum Overdrive. In that movie, is about all machinery comes to life.
Buck's going to be on with us Sunday, Eric and Ron.
That is awesome. And then another saying in it, if nobody caught, when I told when the Lavender alien said he sold the time map to dwarves, I'm surprised. Somebody says, why do you say dwarves? Well, I don't know if anybody's seen the movie Time Bandits. Time Bandits, it's about 7 dwarves who stole the time map from God. And they took the time map and they used it to go through time to steal artifacts, to steal gold, to steal money all through time. And then, of course, the main theme is everybody thinks aliens are evil, Bigfoots are bad creatures, and maybe they are. I don't know. I can't say if they are or not. But in this whole series is about that we didn't care if you're a Bigfoot, we didn't care you're an alien, we didn't care Gabriel the Archangel shows up sometimes. We didn't care. We're just friends. We just wanted to show the people that we all care, and the idea was to, at the end of the day, we all have the same blood. We're all people. Even though in this one we said the unicorn's our mother, I know that might sound weird to people, but the unicorn's our mother, and we are really blood. We are really family.
You got a talking Sasquatch from New York, man. Ain't nothing weird on this cartoon.
So the whole theory is, at the end of the day, we're all family. We're all friends. We're all bleed the same. Doesn't matter what color, what you are. If you're an animal, you're a human. It doesn't matter. Now, hopefully aliens don't come down and attack us. Hopefully we got that image of them being nice people. They're cool with us. Because I have a belief that if they're already here, they probably already attacked us. They haven't attacked us. So if they haven't attacked us, there's something about this planet they like, unless they're waiting on a 2,000 year plan to take over. So Ron, what you now? Was the cartoon absolutely perfect? No, there are some parts where the mouths were moving without some stuff. That's because the length of the lines just didn't interact, and you just got to make do what you have.
Yeah, it's not easy to try to sync the words, because what happens is, if sometimes the mouth may go on a little too long, so if you try to sync it with that, you'll have to talk much slower, like to make it drag out. So it won't have the excitement in it or something. You have to say it faster to make it sound better, but then the words keep going.
Eric tries to sync it. We watched the video a couple times beforehand. It's not easy.
Well,
no, it's not easy.
Also remember, we're not all recording in one spot.
No,
everybody's recording from their houses, from there. So it's not like, hey, Chad, I need a couple of retakes. He's working East Coast time, West Coast. I mean, it's hard enough to get all these clips in to even do it.
For how you get the clips, you get them like maybe 8 hours before, like the last day they said.
Yeah, we were on the last day putting the rest of it together. But just
that happened the last time too.
for what we got to do without like the production studio where everybody can meet up and film, and a sound booth and all of that, came out great. Not for nothing. For how we got it done and put it together, man.
Yeah, and the next goal is to combine all 8. And the thing is, so people know, with the all 8, there's going to be some extra scenes. There's going to be some re-recording, some stuff. It's gonna these are fun, but the next 8 together, it's actually going to be a little bit more serious. Some of the lines are going to be clipped out a little bit to make more things fit, more sound effects. So
it's all going to flow as one cartoon.
It's going to flow. So there is going to be some differences in it. Not a lot, but some differences to make it more smoothly. That transition through. So in a way,
And if anybody knows or has any friends that work in the cartoon industry, let them know we're looking to present this to be put on TV. We can use some help.
Yeah. And Rod's been great help, because Rod's been telling me some sites to try out for voice changing. Because so when I do all 8, that's what I mean by re-recording. We're gonna make maybe the lavender sound more alien for the 8, And there's great programs out there, but I don't know all the programs. It's great to have a guy like Ron who might know some programs that we can use, and stuff like that. That's what I mean by re-recording, like more alien sounding, more this sounding. That kind of a thing.
And especially, you see, we added more sound effects to this one. The land speeders, the horse, the robots. It's coming along a little bit at a time, but it's getting better and better with each one.
Yeah, I love that the wagon sound.
Yeah. It just makes it more, more interesting.
And that's the thing too. Different programs have different sound effects too. Some programs don't have the sound effects that you're looking for. Just happened that the thing I was using had the wagon sound. Like, oh wow, the wagon sound's here. That's cool. Because if you could go from an exact site that does the sound effects is clearer, it's cleaner than trying to steal sounds off of YouTube. Because anytime you rip, the quality drops.
Right.
And the main thing is you're trying to find the best quality. But the problem is all these sites too, they want to feed. You know, if you want access to all these sound effects, you got to pay
$300 a month. It's crazy.
Everything costs money. So if anybody in the chat, you don't have to, but if anybody wants to tribute to help to get these cartoons made, you know, in the description, there's PayPal, Cash.app, there's YouTube. Now the thing is with YouTube takes 40%. So I always recommend like PayPal stuff where you get more of it. But no, and actually, guys, next season, just so everybody knows, the cartoon is actually being made. So there is a whole new season, which what I mean is that some could be the same characters, but kind of a different starting point to an end point. All I'm going to say is there's some characters that we love so much is going to reappear, kind of like Davy Jones is going to have a reappearance. You know, there's some characters that has to come back.
Absolutely.
So before we go and stuff, let's look at both you guys' channel to see if we have anything coming up. So I'm going to pull up Cosmic Neighbors channel.
Yeah, he's
first.
on today, right? Round 4?
In 2 hours, yeah.
So let me go share the screen. Let's go to Cosmic Neighbors. So this is the one that's coming up.
Yep.
Today's the night. Yeah. That's 1 p.m. Oh wow, you're doing it real early today.
Well, early for you.
Yeah.
well, what I mean is usually my time. You've been doing it at 4 p.m.
It is.
Yeah, but that's when I do Space Talk on Wednesdays and the weekend warm up on Fridays. This is when NASA has things going on. I just do it on their time.
Is this going to be a live or video?
No, live
broadcast. Okay.
Are you going to be like talking on it, like through it kind of thing? Or you just, this is one of those videos you just play in the background?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, during whatever, when they're talking, I'll listen to what they're saying, but I'll be on the screen. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was just getting at.
Yeah.
Is this the only one that's
coming
coming
up
up so
like
far?
an Artemis where I would let it play overnight and all that? No, it's not one of those. I'll be there.
Whoops. You got anything else coming up?
I gotta put the thumbnail up Wednesday at 7:00. Jim will be back. That'll be Space Talk. I just haven't put the thumbnail yet.
Then here we go under unidentified S4. He's got one on the 11th, one on the 15th. So you got one this Wednesday at 9 a.m. my time, 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock East Coast time.
Hairy Man Hoaxes and Hoodwinks is coming on. So that should be fun.
I love that picture.
Right? And then Sunday we're going to have Buck, who's in the chat, Buck the System podcast. So for those of you that first time seeing Buck around, go check out his channel, get used to what he does, and then you'll have a good idea for this weekend. We're going to have a good time.
Cool. And then I'm not doing the show tomorrow. I got appointments starting at 9 a.m. all the way through the day. So Wednesday, today in 2 hours, you have Cosmic Neighbors. Right. Tomorrow, you got Unidentified S4.
No, Wednesday.
Thursday, I'll be back.
Tomorrow's Tuesday.
Tomorrow's Tuesday. Okay, Wednesday, you got Cosmic. You got
me.
Wednesday, you got Unidentified S4. Thursday, you have me. Friday, I'm not doing a show on Friday because I'm traveling first thing in the morning to Canada.
To the island.
Hang out with my Canadian brothers and sisters.
With the Canucks, eh?
Going to hang out, going to rent a car, going to check out Vancouver Island, going to find me some Bigfoot out there.
He's going squatching.
Going squatching. Squatching in Canada.
Oh, Friday is the 13th.
Yep. I'm going on Friday the 13th, baby.
Good luck with that.
hopefully you don't hear the story that a Seattle Clipper boat sinks in the water. Hopefully you don't hear that.
I hope a black cat doesn't swim in front of your boat.
But maybe if the boat does sink, maybe the lavender alien will come and save me or something, or Bigfoot will jump in the water Who knows? Because we're so friendly to all of them. So, guys, so I know this is kind of a different show today, but, with the community guidelines and everything, I thought, it's kind of important to kind of go over it a little bit, so because rules changes every year. This is a brand new year, 2023. You always get these emails from companies. This is the new rules, the new community guidelines, and even though you read them, you still don't understand them.
and everybody in the chat, when you get some time, please go check out Ron, Cosmic Neighbors TikTok channel, and Eric from Paranormal Highway's TikTok channel, and my TikTok channel. There's a ton of different content on all three. For example, Ron has funny videos with gorillas doing everything you can think of. And I know you're thinking in your head, gorillas, but go take a look at what they do. I mean, we're talking videos that are getting 3, 6, 10 million views. So they're really funny. Go over there and enjoy that and support him there. And Eric has all the paranormal, ghost, and cryptid stuff on his channel. And so do I. I even have some funny politic videos on there with voiceovers that are really funny. So come on by, check them out, and hang out. And we go live from there from time to time as well. So it'd be nice to see all our friends supporting us there too if you have time.
And
thanks.
And this just gave me an idea. Thursday show, I'm going to do the mythology of Friday the 13th. That'd be
very
fun.
good. Perfect.
I love the mythology. There is a lot of mythology with that. And guys, remember, the very first Friday the 13th had the famous Kevin Bacon in it.
That's right.
Gets stabbed right through the throat. Poor man, poor guy. Yep, Kevin Bacon. Beyond that, everybody, thanks for coming today. It was fun. It's always awesome. And we'll see you guys over in 2 hours on Cosmic Neighbors channel.
Cosmic Neighbors.
Beyond that, have a good day.
Take care.